Thank you very much for agreeing to let me interview today. I really appreciate your time. Can you do me a favour and just start off with introducing yourself and telling me all about you and your career and where you work and what your job is?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you, Kathy. So my name is Daniel. I'm a co-founder of Mindly Studio. We're a strategic design studio based in Melbourne. My partner and I, we started Mindly Studio back in 2020, right before COVID started. We had this huge urge to make a meaningful impact with our careers, and we weren't really satisfied with where we're working in our corporate jobs. So yeah, we sort of combined our skills, mine in a marketing background and my partner's in a design background, and we really wanted to help purpose-driven businesses. So since starting, we've had the privilege of working with some amazing brands and helping them positively impact their customers' lives.
Okay, so can you give us some examples of some of those brands and maybe back a bit? I understand the marketing and I understand the design, but what is it that you actually do?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, some of the brands we work with, some that RMIT students might be familiar with include Flux. They're a financial literacy company. They have the #1 business news podcast in Australia, and they have an app with a bunch of financial literacy games and stuff. And another one that a lot of RMIT students might be familiar with is Volley, which is a online volunteering platform which helps connect volunteers with not-for-profits and other purpose-driven businesses like that. And what we actually do, so when I mean strategic design, we specialize in a bunch of different things, which is strategy, brand and communication design, doing design research, user experience design, service design, and websites and apps.
Righto, that's a lot of things to be doing. No wonder it keeps you so busy. Okay, now I've got to ask you, even though I know this, what is your career been up till now?
Yeah, my career has been really interesting. So I studied at RMIT. I did the advanced diploma, and then I did the Bachelor of Business and majored in marketing and I graduated, I think, in 2017 or 18 from memory. And after graduating, I took a little bit of a pivot and I started working in an insurance brokerage firm, which actually really helped me become confident with dealing with clients and speaking directly to clients. And after that, I started working for a corporate firm, and my role was a marketing coordinator, and I got exposed to so many different parts of marketing, and I quickly learned so many different skills in that role. And yeah, after that, I was sort of not happy working there, and that's how I ended up starting Mindly.
I've got to ask, can we name and shame what insurance company?
They're really small. They're called Sierra Insurance Brokers, and the corporate role I worked for was for a company called ENS.
Okay, excellent. Okay, I've got to ask, because I know you were one of my students in the past life, were there any courses that helped you in your current business?
Honestly, I think they all did, indirectly and directly. Like, #1, I think learning to speak the language of business is so important, and one of the best things I got to learn from uni. And #2, learning how to collaborate with other students and learning from industry experts and all the wonderful lecturers was super beneficial. And yeah, it's hard to name just one subject that helped me, but I think they all did in one way or another.
Oh, I should have paid you more so that you could say that I was the best lecturer.
You were, Kathy, you were.
Okay, so, oh, thank you. Now, I know you were talking about the types of business that you're aiming at, and you've given us a couple of examples of the ones that you are working on already. What sort of business have you sort of got in the pipeline, or that you're wishful that you would be able to get a hold of to do some work for?
Yeah, I think definitely larger businesses sort of in the same area that we're targeting would be great. Like just some that come to mind would be like Who Gives a Crap? We really love what they do. Thank You's another great brand. Yeah, just some larger, I guess, bigger purpose-driven businesses. So far, we've been working with a lot of startups and small to medium-sized businesses. So yeah.
That sounds good. I can imagine those sorts of companies would have really struggled during COVID lockdown. Do you think they have? Have they said that to you?
Honestly, all the companies we've worked with haven't really. They're all yeah, either technologically based. So, for example, Flux, they have an app and they've got their podcast, and they indirectly serve their audience. And Volley, they were a great example of a company that actually thrived during COVID because more people wanted to volunteer with all the extra time they had at home.
Okay, cool. So how did COVID affect your business?
Yeah, for us, COVID definitely had indirect and direct effect. For the type of work we do, it didn't really have an effect, but being able to meet clients face to face was one opportunity we missed out on. It's a lot easier to build a deeper connection with someone face to face rather than over video chat. But at the same time, we don't really know what life is like without COVID because we started right as COVID started. So yeah, it's hard to say.
That's good. So what are your plans for 2022?
Yeah, for 2022, we're really excited to continue our growth, and it might seem like a minor plan, but what we want to do is just make lots of small improvements to all our systems, and by doing that, we should make a compounding effect, and by making these small improvements, it will result to larger gains in the end.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to add that you want Dusting to tell my students?
Yeah, I'd love if students would be able to help me with identifying what are the most effective ways that service-based businesses like Mindly can target and market toward their ideal customers with the shift from working to home and COVID. Like I mentioned, we haven't been able to meet our clients face to face, so I just want to see what are some of the other methods. And another thing would be, what are the most effective ethical marketing strategies and practices for service-based businesses? So we love targeting purpose-driven businesses or ethical businesses, and we don't want to do deceptive marketing tactics. Something we consider would be deceptive is like targeted ads, showing people stuff that they're not looking for by paying for ads, and yeah.
That's going to be a bit of a challenge, isn't it, in this day and age, with the whole digital focus being on exactly that, sponsored ads and SEO and that sort of stuff. So that's going to be a challenge for our students, and I think it's one that they'll be up for. Yeah. So have you got any segments that you would like to go after that you're not really going after? I know ethical companies and that sort of space is very big. So are there any segments that you would like to go and look for?
Yeah, great question. So analyzing the type of clients we work with predominantly, we mostly work with technology, service, and retail brands. Those are like our three key segments that we work with. And like I mentioned earlier, we're mostly working with smaller sized businesses. So we'd love to work with bigger sized businesses in those three areas.
Okay. And what else would you like our students to do for you? Because you are setting them a task now, and I really appreciate you being able to do that.
Yeah, I'd love the students to, I guess, help me with those two questions I was looking for, and also maybe to potentially look at some other other design studios out there that are that we can potentially take some great insights from, and I guess learn from what are the best studios out there doing.
Okay, well, that sounds really interesting. Anything you'd like to end with before I finish up?
No, I'd just like to say thank you, and to all the students out there. I just really want you to make the most of your uni experience and make as many meaningful connections as you can, because it's such a wonderful environment to be in. And yeah, find what you love doing, what you're passionate about, and what the world needs, and you'll have a really fulfilling career ahead of you.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Daniel. I really appreciate your time today, because I know you must be very busy. So thank you. Bye for now.
My pleasure. Thank you.